Hello everybody, today I have a completely bare face because I'm going to be testing two Primark products, and the first one is this blending brush here, which looks like a sort of, I don't know, a spoon shaped blending brush, which I've seen quite recently on YouTube, and I really wanted to try it because I'm really interested to see if it'll work. And I also just picked up a couple of their like beauty sponges just to again see if they will work. Now, when I do my makeup, I put on two separate foundations. I put on this one first, which is the Maybelline Superstay one, and this basically just goes on as a little base underneath my foundation because I don't use concealer, so I treat this as if it is a concealer, and I put a little bit of that on, and then I go in there with my favourite Rimmel Lasting Finish. So I'm really loving this, and it's full coverage, so I put that on top. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to show you if the products work or not. I'd also just like to say the reason why my skin is not looking the best today is because it has been really good just after Christmas when I'm using all my good skincare products, but recently I have got a cold, so I'm not looking the best, I do have to say. And I'm sorry about the lighting, the sun's like in out, in out, in out. And also, who can see my nails matching? But can you see that? I accidentally scraped. Can you see my thumb? Sorry, I accidentally scraped the paint off here onto my nail, like just after I did them. Just grab some water because I'm going to dip the sponges in it. So I already have some sponges, but these ones actually feel a lot more spongier than the sponges that I already have. The other ones that I have are also from Primark, but I'm going to use this sponge for foundation, and then later on I'm going to use this one for powder because I like to also use a sponge for powder as well. So you won't see me using this one, but you will see me using this one here. So let's give it a go. It's quite spongy, but I don't think it'd be spongy as a real one. And I'm just going to pop some water on it. So basically I'll pop a little bit of water into the lid and then just dip my sponge in the lid. You get the drift. Okay, the sponge is now quite damp, and it actually feels really nice, quite damp. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of dry it off a little bit. I know that sounds really funny, I made it damp and now I'm drying it off. But you don't want it to be too wet because obviously, you know, I don't really know. You just want it to be slightly. Now taking a pump of my Maybelline foundation onto my hand. It's quite a light shade for me. And like, although that looks like a fair amount, kind of, to some people, it's actually quite light coverage, so that's why it works well as a concealer. Actually, I do usually use a concealer brush to kind of brush it under my eyes. Sorry, a concealer applicator, not a concealer brush. So I'm going to have to use my fingers today. So I'm just going to pop it under my eyes, bearing in mind that I can't see myself right now. So it's pretty much the no mirror makeup challenge. I'm going to grab my mirror in a minute though, guys, don't worry. So yeah, just pop it there. So that is that. Okay, it doesn't really go that far in terms of the foundation, but we're not testing the foundation, we're testing the brush. Like if you compare the sides. So as you can see, the sponge has got the product on it here. But never mind. So I'm just going to continue using that same side and blend the other side. So I've now finished using this, and overall I'm quite happy with it, considering that I have tried some other ones, and yes, I am quite happy with it. I would never use this for my foundation completely because it would take way too long, and I don't think the finish would be as good as what I can already achieve with the brush that I've currently got. So yeah, very happy to use that as concealer. So yeah, I would score this a 6 or 7 out of 10, which is kind of good if you compare it to, like, yeah, I think that's good. 6 or 7 out of 10, being honest. Now for the Rimmel foundation, just pop a pump of that onto my hand, and I like to let it sit for a couple of, well, I say a couple of seconds, yeah, a couple of seconds, and then, yeah, okay, I haven't thought about this actually, I need to get it out of the box. Yes, that is not going to work, as I have nails on, and, oh no, my nails come off. Nails come off. I got foundation on my leg. I think I'm going to put my foundation on first before I get the brush out. And I'm trying to stick my nail back on, it's not going on very well. Got foundation on my leg, of course. Didn't really think this through. So yeah, I'm just going to pop it onto my face. Oh, where did I put my mirror? Jesus. Just in all areas. Literally. This is what happens, because I don't usually do my makeup in this room. This is what happens when you move rooms to film a video and then everything's completely different. It's strange how much lighting can affect how you apply your makeup, because like if there's really good lighting, then I tend to apply my makeup so much better because I'm like taking care of it. But if it's really bad lighting, I sort of give up halfway through because I think, oh, it looks awful anyway. So I've now put my foundation onto my face. Now for the brush, which I've just got out of the packaging. This is the one by Primark, obviously. Now, I just got it out and it's literally the softest thing you've ever felt. That's what the brush looks like. It's so soft, and it's almost like I don't want to put a liquid product onto it. Now I am going to dampen this slightly because I do like to dampen my brushes, but I do mean just slightly. And obviously, and then I'm going to buff it in instead of like some people move it in like that. I'm going to buff it in, as in like tap it in, because that's what I do anyway with my brushes and I prefer that. So I'm going to try and do that now. I've noticed that the actual brush here itself, not the brush, the actual handle itself is plastic and it's quite bendy. So I don't know what that feature that adds to it, but yeah, I'm just going to add some water to it. Okay, let's go. I've wet the brush. I'm now just going to start. So I'm going to start by patting it in. Don't know if this is going to work. So soft. I do like to just pat a little bit on my eye. Again, the true test of it will be after I've used it for a couple of days or like a week, because that's when I've used it every single day and I can get used to the brush. Like when my skin's not very good, my makeup doesn't go on very well, because often you can use a brush and you can think, oh, it's awful, but if your skin's just not very good, then it won't go on very well. So far it's going in quite well actually. I think if I was like moving it around like that, it might not, but I don't know. Now to the other side, this side. Yeah, quite liking that really. And over my eyeball. Yeah, I do like to kind of go like this over my eyeball rather than tapping it in, because you don't want to just hit your eye. And it's not really blending that well over my eye. So I think kind of buffing it in like I am doing, like this, is the best way forward. I look so weird just like bashing myself with a spoon. Okay, it's obviously not a spoon, but you know what I mean. So that is my foundation done. I've blended it all in and it seems to look quite good actually. Like obviously there's like a spot here, here on my face. So obviously, you know, it's difficult to cover that. But yeah, I think it's quite good. I think it's definitely best for like buffing into your face rather than brushing it in. And you know that a lot of brushes like soak up foundation. Well, this brush doesn't seem to have soaked up very much foundation at all, so that's pretty good. It still remains very soft. So yeah, I would give this an 8 out of 10. I'm really happy with that. But obviously over a few days, if I start to think actually I don't really like this and I start to go back to using my other one, then that's when I will know that this one is not like better than that one. But anyway, we'll have to see. It might come in my February favourites, who knows. So yeah, there we go. So that is everything for my testing video. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I have to say about these products, because I was really excited to try them, particularly this one. So yeah, if you did, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And remember to go and enter the giveaway that I did in my previous video. So yeah, thank you for watching and see you in my next video.